Hey, this is Todd with Defense and Safety, doing another knife review. I just reviewed the Spyderco Paramilitary 2 with the black blade, and I love that knife. I've been EDCing it almost exclusively, but when I'm not carrying that, I've been carrying another new knife with a black blade that I also really love. I really do love it, but it's second place to the Spyderco, and that is the Zero Tolerance 350. This is just an amazing knife. I mean, it feels so good in your hand. It's just, look at that blade, how thick it is. I'll compare it to the Spyderco here. I mean, when you look at that, it's just so thick, and it's not much shorter. I'd say when you're holding it like this, holding this one, you know, it's maybe got 1/4 of an inch. But this blade is also SV30. It's made in the USA. This is a Kershaw and Ken Onion design. And this is Kershaw's premium blade line. So this is like their military and police. It's got that great assisted open that they call the what do they call it here? SpeedSafe. And I mean, it works 100% of the time. It never comes out partially. I've never even been able to play around with it and get it to not open all the way. I'd have to say that you're probably, if you get caught with this by the police, there's police that are going to say this is an automatic. Because there's really an assisted open. Technically, you have to physically start moving the knife, and then it continues. And technically, I'm starting the blade here, but this might as well be a button. I mean, it is not my finger that's flipping that open. If you've looked at other flipper blades that aren't assisted, you gotta give it a spin like that. I mean, this is, you either, it doesn't move or it moves and the blade's open. There's really no difference. You cannot, though, I cannot get this to open with the thumb studs, period. It's, especially being left-handed. As you can see on this side, there's a little bit more space here. On this side there's not. But even using 2 fingers, I can't get it to move at all. And I haven't had anybody else be able to do it. But you really don't need to. I mean, this opens it. Fits really well in your hand. Nice and stubby. It's got some good jimping here. It's got some jimping on the back. So when you hold the blade like this, you've got a good grip here. You've got some good grip there. The other thing that I think is really smart about this design is if you notice the top of this blade dips down right here. And what's great about that is when you're holding this knife, it's perfect. It's made for your thumb to go right there. So when you're using this and you're getting into some fine cutting with this, it's perfect. I guess you could also use it like this if you're cutting something like that. But it feels really good in your hand. This assisted opener comes down really nice, so it kind of holds your hand there, your first finger. Just an awesome G10 handles. Super thin. It really is thin. It's just as thin as the Spyderco, but it's definitely wider. It's you know, it's up there with the Mannix, not quite as wide as the Mannix. So I don't mind carrying it in my front pocket, left side. Thank you, Kershaw Zero Tolerance, for doing, again, all for 4 points. Although I don't really ever want to carry a knife tip down, especially this kind of knife. You know, you want to draw it out and open it, and it opens so smoothly every time. There's been nothing to not like about this knife. This material on here is as good as what Spyderco's putting on their blades. They both cost about the same. I think about online around $112. Just an amazing knife. Love this knife. If I'm not carrying this is kind of by my bedstand. So if I need a knife for some reason, when I get up, I'm awoken by something. Not that I would go and investigate. But it's just one of other weapons that I could get to by my bed. But anyway, this is an amazing knife, really well made. Locks up. I mean, no movement, zero movement. Really, it's rock solid. Clip is great. It's kind of short, but holds it really well. You can see it comes up about that far if you compare this to the Spyderco. Spyderco is a little bit more discreet. This is definitely fatter. It's going to carry a little bit farther away from the corner of your pocket just because of this width here. But I mean, this is an amazing blade. It is. It feels really, really good in the hand. Fits really well. Definitely get the job done with this. Came razor sharp. Both these knives were just so sharp out of the box. I love them. So these have been the two new EDC knives that I've been going back and forth with. But I will say I will take the Spyderco over the Zero Tolerance. If I'm wearing cargo pants or maybe something a little bigger, I mean, this is definitely heavier, much heavier. Feels twice as heavy as, you know, it's a heavy knife. You can see those liners are rock solid, very thick, and they are not I don't think they're skeleton. Oh yeah, they are. They are skeletonized just a little, not much. But you feel it. It's a solid knife. And when you close it, you can see you've got to overcome this spring here. But once you get to a right about there, you can see it just closes. It's not going to. So again, it's a beautiful knife. It really carries well. Deploys so fast. Nothing that I don't like about it other than just a little bit thick. And you know, this is the little brother to the 300, and the videos I've seen online comparing them side by side, that thing is huge. I can't imagine going any bigger than this for carrying every day. I mean, you know, maybe if I were going to war or something, I wanted a beefier knife in my hand that I could grab. But this is to me a perfect size. Anything over 3.5, I'm usually happy with. Like 3.5 is kind of my 3.25. Ideally, I like a 4-inch blade, which is more like this, which you can see, this Benchmade. But I mean, that blade is thick and sharp. Again, it's the SV30. Love it. Made in America. SpeedSafe opener, Canonian design. And all of them have a serial number, which is kind of interesting. You don't see that on a lot of knives, have serial numbers. So again, Zero Tolerance. This is Kershaw's high-end brand. Definitely worth the money. I mean, the Kershaw blades with the SpeedSafe, people love. And this is just taking it to the next level in construction and quality of materials, etc.